We're going to flip it. So I asked some good questions. Now seriously, as I'm talking, I want you guys to think about what can I ask today that's going to help me as a student athlete. Okay, I'm here to talk to you about nutrition. Can you scoot in just a little bit? Act like you know that, you know? And you actually have some friends here. That's good. Well, I'm really excited to be here today. Can I ask you, before we start talking about nutrition, what did you like about camp? What's like your most favorite thing that you liked in camp today?
Scrimmage.
You like just playing, getting up and down. Were you playing full court?
Full court.
I love it.
Yes.
What else? Anything else? Do you like drills? Position work? Do you like post work, guard work?
I like the dribbling that we did between the legs and the back.
I
Yeah,
love that. You know what? I'm 6'5", but I shoot threes. I bring the ball to the court. I'm a typical European-style basketball post player, which means no matter what you do on the court, you should be able to do it all. You know, a player should be guarding you and say, man, I don't know what they're going to do next. You know, is she going to get that rebound? Is she going to break up the court and hit a three? Or is she going to take me off the dribble? Is she going to post me up? So I think you guys really need to develop all your skills. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are. None of that matters. If you can dribble, you can pass, you can shoot, you want to be able to do it all, right? You guys having fun?
Yeah.
You have some great coaches here. These are great mentors. They're just the way they're put together, all that. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about nutrition. And I want one person to tell me, what do you know about nutrition that will help you as a student athlete?
Fruits and vegetables will.
You want to eat a variety of fruits and vegetables. You know what I always say to simplify it for you guys? Eat a rainbow. Seems kind of cliche, but literally, and not Skittles. That's funny. Or Fruit Loops. No. Don't eat sugar. But eat every single color every single day, and then you'll get all your antioxidants. So yes, fruits and vegetables are important. Yep.
After doing like lots of exercise, you should eat.
Absolutely. What happens is like a sponge. Okay, when you work out, your sponge is depleted of glucose. It's depleted of everything. It's like a dry sponge. If you took a dry sponge, you put it into water, what happens? Yeah, it sucks it all up. Like if you put it into a full cup of water, that sponge would now suck it all up. It's just like food. So your body's depleted, it's a dry sponge, and then you put it into something and it absorbs all those nutrients in a much faster way after you work out. So great point, and I appreciate you noting that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the 3 mistakes that a lot of athletes make. Number 1, did all of you have breakfast?
Yes.
Do any of you ever skip breakfast? Ever? Sometime. At least you're being honest, you know, and that's good, right? Because the biggest mistake that athletes make is they skip breakfast. That's like trying to start a fire with no logs, okay? I like analogies. Are you guys okay with analogies? When you try to start a fire with no logs, are you going to start a fire? No.
It's possible.
Fire?
Just say no.
Okay. So, what happens is during the day, if you haven't eaten breakfast, you're working on empty. Okay, you have no energy. And then you tap into precious lean muscle tissue, you tap into resources you really shouldn't be tapping into. So breakfast, even though every single meal is important, that's really, really important to jumpstart your day is to get that meal in your body. Okay? Next question. How many hours goes by before your meals? Anyhow.
Maybe like 4 to 5.
For you, 4 to 5?
Just about 4 to 5.
Anybody else?
Depends. Like I eat like at 4, and then from 4 I just eat till breakfast.
Because you're hungry. You like keep eating. Okay. What do you think the ideal amount of time is?
I don't eat.
Like
I want to talk to you. So how many hours do you think should be between your meals?
maybe 4 to 5.
2 to 6.
You got it. Yes, somebody. 2 to 3. Now you're thinking, man, I'm so busy. I get up at 6 a.m. I have school, and then I have life. And what you need to do, I have life. Life is busy, right? So what you need to do is on a weekday, let's say you get up at 6, you have school, you have classes, you have lunch not until 12. So you need to pack. As a student athlete, the day before I have school, this is what I used to do as a busy student athlete, I'd pack snacks. Almonds, apples, a bar, something I could eat in the morning. So I'd have 7 a.m. breakfast, 10 o'clock snack, about 12:30 lunch, 3:30 I'd have another meal, like a turkey sandwich or something. I'd go to practice, and then post-practice, that was normally the most solid meal. But every meal that I had was consistently 2 to 3 hours apart. Okay, what happens is if you go on a roller coaster ride, this is your blood glucose. And when you skip a meal and you start hitting that 3rd, 4th, and then the 5th hour where you had it So not only will this help you as a student athlete, but especially as a student athlete. And that's what I emphasize is nutrition isn't just about your body, it's about your mind, okay? The hardest thing as a coach is for a player to come up to practice and they run out of energy and you're sitting there and saying, gosh, I told these kids to pack a snack, you know, but they hit a wall 20 minutes in practice and you're just sitting there, you wish they had a snack, right? So, 2 mistakes skipping breakfast. Second is too many hours between meals, okay? And the third is macronutrient profiling. Does anyone know what that means? Does anybody know what the 3 categories of food are? Hence the word macronutrients. Okay, what's the first category?
Maybe grain.
What category does that fall under? Do you know?
Carbs.
Excellent. Carbohydrate is one of them. What's the second category? Excellent. Which is a type of? Excellent. Good, you guys are smart. So we have carbohydrates, proteins. What's the last category of foods?
Calories.
Oils. That's okay. Yes, and what is an oil though? What category? What does it give your body? Overall.
Saturated.
Yes, excellent. So we have protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Now it's really important when you think about nutrition, you think in categories of food, and every time you go to eat, you have a category of that food. So for breakfast, and actually let me have a volunteer real quick. Your hand went up. Great. It's like I'm all over it. Other people are talking. Let's go over your breakfast. Or your day. Let's go over your day yesterday. Is that okay? Okay. So what time did you get up? Now I assume you had school, which is a good thing. Okay. So you got up, what time?
6:30.
6:30, and you had breakfast?
I had yogurt.
Okay, so a little bit light on the